Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty, you want to come back here in front of the camera and see all your fans? My goodness, Miss Kitty, you have so many fans. People are still talking about you and wondering if you're all right after that confusion and the scaring all those people in your house gave you. Miss Kitty, come and show the people your new collar. Come and show them your new pink collar with your name on it and your telephone number on it. I think she cries when she thinks I'm going out. I'm not going out. I haven't gone out anywhere for months. But when she thinks I'm going out, I think she starts to cry. And I think she starts to cry when Amy goes out. Because she's afraid we're not going to come back. And you know, that's something too, you know, separation with a cat or a dog. When you go, you know you're coming back. But the cat or the dog doesn't know if you're ever coming back. Did you know about the over-enthusiastic young minister who said he wanted to take all of the beer in the whole town and pour it in the river, and he wanted to take all the whiskey and pour it into the river, and he wanted to take all the wine and pour it into the river? And the next hymn was, "We'll all gather at the river." Now, Amy has a whole list of jokes to tell you as promised. And when she comes in, not only the jokes, but also the Bible passage, which is very powerful, and also the words and the hymn. I guess I could do you the hymn right now. We need ye every hour, most precious Lord. No tender grace like thine can peace afford. We need thee, oh, we need thee, every hour we need thee. Oh, precious Savior, we come to thee. I think I messed it up. How do you do it? You just constantly think of good. You refuse to think about anything bad. You have learned bad things in your life. You have learned that maybe the universe isn't reliable. Maybe the universe isn't always going to be good. Maybe mean things are going to be happy. Maybe you're in danger, but you're not. The universe is all one, and that is love. And you just plain refuse not to think about anything bad. You just think about what is good. Robert Jackson says that Victoria Carezzi is very talented about editing Glendora's TV shows and putting titles up and putting notices up. And he, of course, has been in television for 40 years. Who? Robert Jackson. And he knows what he's talking about. And he's a master control operator for a company that cablecasts as art and entertainment clear across the country and does the commercial inserts. Don't you say that. That's not nice. And she's very gifted, he says, and very talented. She is. And she needs a full-time friend to keep her on schedule and to discipline getting herself to get the work done. So she went away 2.5 weeks to Colorado and left Robert Jackson missing 2 programs for the month of July and August. He has a couple, but he needs 2 more. So how do we do that, folks? I think that if we dedicate this program that we're doing right now to him and keep it from being 30 minutes, keeping it under 30 minutes, I think the email will carry it to him. That we will try, Robert. Grady Hearn. Has been offered a very large business contract as a contract worker, but in order to do it, it involves going all over the United States and making videos. 7 places in the United States, all over. And if he does that, he'll have to resign from the job he has now, which is making videos for a company who is quite successful in making videos, wedding videos and demonstrations, and a very successful company, and he really would have to give up that job. But his friend wants to do it. The friend wants to take this contract, and they'd make about $30,000 each. What should he do? Should he stay with the job that he has now and that he's had for so long? Or should he just give up and go off? You know, well, I think he should go to the owner of his company and he should say, I have this opportunity. Would it put you in difficult circumstances if I were to go off for the month of July and do this? Yes, it would. Yes, it would. They're already overloaded, and they already are short personnel. And I think he should tell the owner of his company that if you don't want me to take it, I will not. I will remain faithful to you. Or could he offer to find a companion, a comrade, a friend, to substitute for him while he's gone this whole month of July? I think he should do something like that, don't you? Rather than just run out and do it. But his friend wants him to do that. His friend wants him to forget and by the way, his friend works with the same company. So that would be 2 of them gone. No. Which way do you vote? I'm going to vote with go to the company, tell them everything. And if you want me not to do it, I won't do it. The trust told me that I can't buy something. Supposing I wanted to buy a telephone. The trust tells me that I can't go out and pay for the telephone and then send in the reimbursement and have the trust reimburse me, the request for reimbursement, and have the trust reimburse. They say I can't do that. Do you know why? I don't know why. But I asked somebody at the trust this morning if Gloria buys me $40 worth of delights at Trader Joe, pays for them, and she brings the receipt to me, and Glendora submits the receipt to the trust and the request for reimbursement on that receipt. And the trust takes a very long time to do that. They shouldn't do that. They should be like that. All right, so the trust is going to take 2 weeks to pay me. Pay Gloria. And Gloria goes along, and it's the second week, and she says, Glendora, I really need that money. Now, can you hurry it up? King Glendora says, well, Gloria, just let me give you the money that you paid Trader Joe. And then when the trust sends you the money, then you give it to me. Yeah. Yes, you can do that. Well, that's great. Because otherwise, I end up paying for all these things that are business expenses through my personal money, and I don't have any personal money left, and then I leave too much money in the trust. And if you leave too much money in the trust, they take possession of it. Supposing I decide, or supposing Glennie goes to heaven when there's $1,500 in the trust. The trust keeps it. The trust doesn't give it back. I guess I should explain to you, why do they have $1,500? Well, in order to make me poor, I have to pay the trust $1,700 a month. And if I go away and leave any of that $1,700 in the month, the trust doesn't return it. I wonder too. I think there might too. I think there might be some cheat somewhere in there. Or inadvisability somewhere in there. What do you think? No, you just think about good things. No, you just think about good things. And you know that you're in the care and the creativity God. And you know that you don't think about bad things. And you keep reminding yourself that God is the only thing there is. God is the only power. God is the only creator. God is the only force. And God is good. That's the way you keep looking at the universe. You don't look anything negative toward the universe. You just keep thinking good things. The greatness of God, the creativity of God, and helping others. Caring and sharing. Being a blessing. Being positive. Being grateful. And you have this fulfillment, feeling of fulfillment. But you don't think about anything bad. Is that so hard? Why do you have to think about bad things anyhow? You just don't think about anything bad. You think about loving things and kind things. And then what happens? You find out that love is God. You always wanted a relationship with God. You never could have it. You never could get your arms around it. God was too big. But now, you've learned something. Love is God. And God is love. Now you have a relationship with God. Not only that, you know what God is in substance. Why? Because love is God, and you know what love is, and you've always known what it is since you were in your mother's arms. So you know what God is. And then you learn that you cannot be separated from God. This wonderful Bible passage I have for you, Romans 8, 38 or 39 or something. I am persuaded that neither life nor death, nor principality, and then a whole long list of things can separate us from the love of God. No, don't let anything separate you from the love of God. Not that you could anyway. You just can't be anyway. A cell in this body does not exist as a cell without the body. And you find out again that God is all there is. The only power, the only force. In your mind and your thinking, God is the only power and the only force. And there's only goodness. There's only God, and you are one with God. Google, what did you say? Would you please say it, Google, out loud? When there's nobody here to tell me. You sent me an email or something. The allness of God, the goodness of God, the oneness of God, and the oneness of God with you, and the oneness of you with everybody else. Why? God is all there is. By definition, we have to be some of God. There's nothing else to be. We can't be anything else because there isn't anything else. So we're one with each other, and we're working shoulder to shoulder, creating. And we have a job to do. Keep up our creating. This job that we all have to do is to keep the universe going and growing and glowing. Keep improving the universe. And we've been here, you know, ever since the beginning. Well, I don't know about a beginning, but we've been here all the time. All the beauties that were done before billions of years, we were all some of it. We're all one. We're all continuous. I don't know what about the body and all that. I don't know what about it. But I know I don't have to think about it. And if we are, and since we are one with God, some of God, since we are some of God, we are spiritual because God is a spirit, God is love, and love is a spirit. And since we are a spirit, we don't know pain, and we don't know darkness, and we don't know gloom, and we don't think about it. You know something? Then we'll be able to heal. I almost feel that we can almost heal now. We're so close to it. Who helped you out? Deborah Hesch. She's a Christian Science practitioner and teacher in San Juan Capistrano, California. And the Christian Science Sentinel Watch this week is on healing. And Jenny Sawyer does a good job of introducing the subject. And it really helped a lot. Do you want that telephone number? Oh, there's nobody here now I can find to give it to you. But would you call the Christian Science Church in Boston the Christian Science Publishing Society and ask them for the telephone number that you can dial to hear the Sentinel Watch on? A new one starts every Saturday morning and it stays on the telephone for you for all week long. I listen to it every day. It's a little between 30 and 40 minutes. Now, Robert, let's see how long this was. Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty. Miss Kitty.
The time is 11:46 a.m.
We might make it, Robert. I'll send you this one, and then I'll send you the next one on a different email. And you can take those two emails, which are short of a half an hour, and glue them together electronically. And then you'll have a half-hour program, and then you only need one more. And I have until the, well, anyway, I have time to give them to you for July and August. You'll be all set. Loving others, you'll enjoy it. Satisfaction guaranteed. We got rid of the ego. Satisfaction guaranteed. We want you to have the peace that passes understanding. Helping others, you'll enjoy it. Satisfaction guaranteed.